Alright, it's Pulling by Dumplings. This is a review I never thought I would have to make, considering the last one I did. But my Ironside PC obviously looks different, and that's because I sent it back for RMA to Ironside because the motherboard caught on fire. So here's a picture I sent to the RMA team when they asked where the fire originated, and it was that wire right there, right on top of the GPU. Like I said before on the last video, I'm not really a computer guy or an expert or anything, so I don't know what that wire was hooked up to, but it did cause a fire, and it did break a lot of the PC. So I sent it back into Ironside, and I'm just gonna document my experience and tell you guys my experience with Ironside after something actually breaks. So first and foremost, I called them, and they took the PC back without any real issue. They paid for the shipping label. They were all really cool about it. You know, it was a pretty smooth ride, other than the fact FedEx is again, for my last review, the worst shipping service to probably ever exist on the planet. Even though I put the PC back in the original packaging, they denied one of the outer shells, the second box, the outer box. They denied. So I had to take it out and only ship it in one box. And normally, I think that would void the shipping damages if anything got damaged in shipping. But I let the Ironside guys know, and they were cool about it. And they said that they would cover shipping damage even if it were to occur, which it did not, fortunately. So what was replaced? The motherboard got destroyed. The power supply and all the fans, the RGB fans, are all new. Apparently the fire was caused by a bad capacitor on the Asus B590A motherboard. It caused a fire, and it destroyed all those parts. The parts that were kept were the GPU, the RAM, the CPU, and obviously the cooler, the water cooler. What I will say about Ironside throughout the whole process, everyone was cool. No one was really rude to me. But you can obviously tell I upgraded my power supply to a 1200 watt from a 750, and my motherboard to the new Strix. But I don't know what went on in Ironside, but I emailed them excess of 3-4 times, called them excess of 3-4 times about my package and what I intended to do with it. And well, I said, hey, while you guys have the PC and RMA, it sounds like you guys are gonna have to replace the motherboard and the power supply anyways. It would be cool if you guys could upgrade it. I'm willing to pay the difference of the new motherboard and new power supply. And they kept ensuring me, yeah, don't worry, we noted it down, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, don't worry, the RMA team's gonna do it, they're gonna do it. Even though I was like, do you want to know what parts I want? And they're like, no, let's save that for after the RMA team identifies the problem. One day later, they send me a shipping label, and I'm like, what? You're shipping the PC back? What happened? So I called them, and they were like, oh shit, we didn't replace any of the parts that you said, like you told us. The RMA team just replaced the parts with the same parts but new and sent it back. So they had to get it back from FedEx and then redo the whole thing again. So I feel like that could have saved a lot of headache. The RMA team was probably not happy with me, but I mean, I did inform them multiple times of my intention to upgrade the PC multiple times, in excess of 5 or 6 times. I think I was very clear on my intention there. So I think there was just miscommunication between the departments there. So that was kind of a pain in the ass. What I am currently in discussion with Ironside, they were closed for some reason on Thursday and Friday, even though their times of hour say they're open, but I mean, they were closed. This cable, the second one on the top, is producing the wrong light. I don't know if it was damaged in the fire or what. You can wait for it to change. There, you can see it's green. That when the rest of it's like that light blue teal. I've tried to mess with the RGB software, and it seems to be just that wire, and there's one more down there. You can see that's green too. It just seems to be those two parts of the wire that are making the wrong light, and it's sort of bothering me, but it's not really that big of a deal because the PC is running and it's fine. So I'm currently talking to Ironside about getting a new cable and probably just replacing it myself because I don't want to go through FedEx again. It's pretty ridiculous. Ironside overdid it on the packaging, in my opinion. I mean, like, they shipped it in this freaking huge box that's like filled to the brim with styrofoam. I mean, I guess better safe than sorry, so I can't really complain, but I mean, like, it's kind of overkill. I mean, like, look at that fucking shit over there. I mean, like, my screen is, I mean, that's, like, some of it's my screen box, but that whole bottom box and the box inside of it is, you know, all from Ironside. And a couple of the little ones on top, too. Because when I sent it back, they were pretty cool, and they sent me a brand new bottle of coolant. I didn't think they would, but, I mean, that was nice considering I wasted a bunch of fucking coolant changing out the coolant, and then the fucking thing explodes, so I have to drain the loop, you know what I mean? So that was cool of them. Obviously, I'm running the blood red from the last video. It looks pretty cool, but I think I like the clear. Post down in the comments if you like clear or red more. I'm still on the fence. Anyway, that's my experience with Ironside. Now, you know what? In the beginning, I was pretty fucking mad at the whole situation because I did pay like almost $4,000 fucking dollars for this thing, and for it to catch on fire like that. I mean, like, imagine if I left this thing on overnight, sleeping, or like fucking, you know, went out and I forgot to turn it on and it fucking burned my house down or some shit. That would have been fucking bad. Luckily, it fucking triggered only when it was off, and then I just turned it on. I literally have no idea how this could have happened. I was gaming the night prior to the fire, excess of like 6 hours, and I had no issues. Zero issues. Nothing seemed off. Everything was fine. I woke up the next morning, turned on my PC, and it fucking just ignited. So I have fucking no idea, but I mean, you know, I was pretty upset with it, and I think I had the right to be, considering it did endanger my safety. But you know, all things considered, they were pretty good about it. Pretty professional. I mean, like I said, all the customer service guys. I want to personally thank Alex and Noah from customer service for always doing a good job. And Nathan too. Alex, Noah, and Nathan for just putting up with like all the fucking requests that I do. But I mean, I felt like I had a right to kind of like be upset considering my PC literally caught on fire. What else? They actually covered my M.2 under warranty if it got damaged in the fire, and that was also really cool of Ironside, considering I did not buy the M.2 from them. So I'm not saying that they're gonna insure it in your specific in your Ironside computer if you have like a part you did not buy from them, But because of my circumstance and because, you know, it like endangered my safety and stuff, I think they were just like more lenient and pretty cool about it. Yeah, so with the power supply and the motherboard, they just subtracted the difference of the other parts, the worth of the other parts, and then I paid the difference. Could they have given me like an extra discount because of the circumstance? Yeah, but am I gonna complain that much? No, I mean they obviously did a good job. They took care of me. They overnight shipped the PC too, which was really cool of them. Um, and the FedEx guy actually knocked on my door this time, unlike last time, so that was cool. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to update you guys on my computer and my build, considering what happened. If you guys have any questions about my experience with Ironside, or you want me, you want me to do like another video or something, let me know in the comments. Like I said, I don't really get paid by Ironside or paid in general. Like, I'm just some fucking random dude posting videos off my phone. So I'm just doing this like for documentation's sake and just because I don't think that there's many reviews of Ironside, honestly, out there. So I just wanted to kind of post my experience, because on the first video, it was on one end of the spectrum where I was just completely happy with Ironside, everything was good. And on this end, I actually had an issue with Ironside, and now you get to see how they dealt with it. And again, honestly, customer service still like 9, 10 out of 10. Like last time I was like, oh, without a doubt, 10 out of 10. But they kind of fucked up on that RMA shit where, like I said, I wanted to upgrade my stuff and they like just fucking shipped it out. Like that was a little irritating, but not a big deal. They got it back from FedEx, but I mean, they wouldn't like, this video would be a lot different if I didn't see that shipping label that day and then called them the same day. Because if the PC got like sent like through FedEx into their warehouse and they weren't able to get it back, I would be like a lot more irritated, considering like, again, like, I mean, like, look at this. Look at this. Like 3 emails from Nathan and Alex. Look, another email here, another email here, another email by me, another email here, another email here. All of them saying like, hey, here's the issue with the fire. I want to upgrade the parts, things like that. And that's not even including all the calls I made too. I was on the phone with Noah multiple times. Like, he'd pick up the phone and be like, hey, it's Noah with Ironside. How can I help you? I'm like, hey, Noah, it's the fire. It's the PC guy with the fire. And he'd know immediately, like, oh, it's this guy again. I was like, probably like annoying them or something, honestly, because I was calling them so much. But I mean, like, even after all that, that still happened. But they fixed it and it wasn't that big a deal. But just saying that if that were to happen to somebody else and they didn't notice the email, that would have been a lot more irritating, honestly. A lot more irritating. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say, honestly. Leave questions in the comments. Bye, guys.